This is Diabini. It's an old suburb here in Takoradi, and it's the home of Ruth Quayson. Ruth is now perhaps the most recognized of the alleged 7 kidnapped girls of Takoradi. Today I've come to her home where she lives with her family. You can see them all gathered behind me, still extremely worried, still coming together every evening, talking, thinking, praying and hoping for the return of their daughter. Today, I'm the latest guest to grace their doorstep, but I'm here to find out more about the lady who disappeared, how she got abducted, and what indeed the family hopes will happen as the days go by. On the 4th of December, Ruth told her family she was going to MTN in search of a job that had been advertised. Now, she took a taxi with a neighbor and got down at a junction not far from home. She was never seen again. Around me is Ruth's family. They still can't believe what has happened. It's been a month and 3 weeks since their daughter was taken, and Ruth's mother can hardly keep her emotions together. It doesn't take much to bring out the tears, as you can see. Marsha's and I. Oh, yeah. The last person to see is her neighbor Stacy. Stacy happened to be on her way into town at the same time Ruth left, on the 4th of December. Now Ruth was heading towards MTN. She said after finishing Fijai, she wanted to work, to get some exposure, and she had heard of a job at MTN. So she and a friend were going to find out how they could secure this job. She jumped in a taxi with her neighbor, but they didn't travel very far. Her neighbor's name is Stacy. Stacy, tell me about that last taxi ride that you had with Ruth.
Okay. We left home together. She told me she was going to MTN office with a friend to look for a job. And I was also going to the library. So we took the car and then we alighted. She alighted at BU Junction. And I asked her why she didn't go to town straight. She said her friend said she should wait for her at BU Junction so that they all go together. So
what did she tell you about her friend? Was it a male or a female?
I don't know. I just assumed it's one of her classmates, so I didn't really ask about the person.
How did she seem? What was her mood like? Was she excited, happy, sad,
She
scared?
was excited about it because she said the person said they were going to pay her 650 cedis. So she was happy about the job.
Did she say anything else about this job? How did she find out about it?
She said a friend told her about it, that the person knows someone who can help her. So the person was going with her to introduce her to the person to help her get the job.
And she got down at BU Junction.
Yes.
BU Junction is not far from here.
No, it's not.
Is it a popular place? Is it common for people to take a car from here and get down there?
Yeah, it's a popular place. That's the junction to Takoradi Technical University. So it's popular.
And it's common for people to take a car from here and get down there?
Yeah.
So what was the last thing Ruth said to you?
We were talking about organizing a party during the Christmas, so we were mostly talking about that and discussing how we're going to organize it. That was the last thing we were talking about.
So this was the 4th of December, and you were planning a party for Christmas last year?
Yes.
Did you still have a party?
No, we couldn't have the party.
Because Ruth is not here?
Yes.
Nanajwa is Ruth's older sister. They call her Nani. She has been interacting with the police throughout the course of this investigation. Nani, do you think the police are doing enough to find your sister?
No.
Why not?
Because as I'm speaking to you, it's been 17 days since they rearrested the guy, and up to now, they haven't been able to get any good information from the guy. Then that means they are not doing enough. I'm wondering if it was to be a great person in Ghana or a great person in Takoradi, like the MP's daughter, is that how they're going to treat the case? Because what they are doing, we just don't get it. We just don't understand it.
Tell me, when was the last time you spoke to the police, and what did they say?
The last time I spoke to them was last week, Monday, before the Wednesday that we went to the court sitting. Yeah, we went to the DCP regional office at Secondary, but he wasn't around. So we spoke to one DOP, Mr. Ipa. Then he told us that they are still on it. The guy keeps giving them wrong information. They went to Kaswa, no one was there. They went to this place, no one was there. So they are still on it. That's what he's been telling us. They are still on it. No new development. Any day that we ask, no new development.
Now, for how many days was he, after he escaped, for how many days was he on the loose? Do you know?
No.
Okay. But your mother says that while he was on the loose, he actually contacted your family for more money. Yeah,
that was on the 31st of December. He called us telling us that we are very funny because those policemen that we are giving there, we've reported the case to, they cannot do anything to solve it. So if we want our sister back, we should just obey what he will say, then send the money to him, and we should forget about the police people because they can't help us. That's what the boy told us. So when I heard that, I was like, why? Because from the look of what the guy is saying, that means there was something going on between the police and the guy that we don't know or what. So I immediately went online, and I saw the picture there that the guy has escaped. So it was like, wow, we've reported a case to you, and in this case, the person has escaped from the cell. At least you should tell the victim's parent or family that this is what is happening. I called the CID. He said he is not aware that the guy has escaped. He has traveled to the central region, that he is on his way from people also. Then later on, he sent me a text message that, yeah, it's true that the guy has escaped. So we were like, how? We can't just understand someone in the central police station could just escape while 7 policemen were on duty that day. It's kind of some story. We don't know. We don't know what's really happening here. We don't know.
So how was it all explained in court? Were you there?
Yeah, the first time I was there, the judge asked the guy about the escape, whether he is guilty or not. The guy said not guilty. All the questions they asked me, said not guilty. Then the judge proceeded the case to another date, which was last week Wednesday when we went. Then the guy admitted that, yeah, he is guilty. He escaped from the cells. They asked him how he went about it. He said it was through someone who was passing by the window, that he made the person to call his brother to tell him to bring him also bread and some oil that he claimed he used to cut the ceiling. So we were like, how can someone in the cells, while 7 policemen were on duty, were able to cut to the extent that no one could hear the boy cutting the blade? Or we don't just understand. We just don't understand. And even when you see the size of the window, I'm not sure that even a 10-year-old person can even pass through that window. So the thing is, it's a whole kind of, I don't know, a frame story. We don't know what is going on.
What do you think has happened to Ruth? Where do you think she is right now?
For that one day, I can't tell, but I believe in the God I serve that she is definitely alive, and we will soon see her one day. So for me, my hope is still high that one day we will just, it's a matter of the police speeding up the process. That's all. Because if they are able to use different ways or means to torture the guy to speak, I think that will help. Because the guy can't be there, eat, and they will just, we don't know what is happening. Because even if you look through the guy from the head to toe, none of his body is being touched. So we don't know what they are doing. I don't know what measures they are using to derive information from the guy.
Now, when Ruth was first taken, she called with her own phone.
Yeah.
And what did she say?
She told us that he took a taxi at Nkrofo Junction, which is our junction. Then immediately she took the taxi. She did not see anything again. The last thing was she was in some room locked up, so she doesn't know where she is. So she sent 500 Ghana. That's what the people are demanding. Then the phone went off.
And after that?
They called back again, demanding for 10,000 Ghana cedis.
So did you pay any of that? So at no point did your family pay any of the ransom?
We paid like 1,200. beginning it was 500 Ghana to be paid. Then we sent another 500 Ghana for them to use to trace where the guy will be withdrawing the money and where he's been doing the course. So through that and with the help of the police and the BNI, they were able to use to arrest that Samuel was.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Right. Tell me, it's been 7 weeks since your sister disappeared. How has the home been different in her absence? What has changed? What do you miss about your sister?
A lot has changed. A lot has changed because since that day on the 4th, we've not been able to eat nor sleep. Anytime that we sleep and we hear a sound of a car, then we are expecting maybe someone has dropped her by. So we just wake up and come in the bath. Nothing shows that he is around.
But you believe she will come home?
Yeah.
What do you want to say to the police?
As for the police, we've said a lot to them. Now, my problem is the president of Ghana, that he should set his feet up because this thing can even let him lose some votes in the Western region. Because as for me, I've decided that not to vote again because in this all the way with all the things started, by now I'm sure that they have learned what is going on in the Western, but it seems they are not showing any much concern about the situation. So we are asking if it was to be an MP's daughter or even assemblyman or even a police commander or even, let's say, one of the big men, the pastors, like, is that how they're going to treat the case? Because we just don't understand. We just don't understand. It's been 17 days since you had this guy. We've not able to trace anything from the guy, whilst his phones are in their custody too.
So
and Nigerian coming to our country to do this. Imagine if we were Ghana that we went there, what would they do to us?
So you think that it's because you are not politicians or pastors or rich people, that's why your case is not being given?
That's how we see, because if it was to be an army officer's daughter, but I'm not sure by now, even the guy will be just be looking fresh like that. You see?
Have you met with any of the other families of kidnapped girls?
Yeah, we met with the first university girl, Prinsela, We met with the dad.
And is this suspect, has he admitted to the police that he's the same person who took all of them?
Yeah, he admitted. Even the last victim, they saw his dress and his scarf in the room when they went and rearrested the guy.
And they rearrested him here in Takoradi?
Yeah.
You think your sister may still be here in Takoradi?
For that one there, I doubt. I doubt.
You think she's still in Ghana?
For in Ghana, yes. I'm 100% sure that she's still here. Maybe they've been hiding her from someone that we couldn't even see. Because according to them, the guy gave them information that they were at Kasua. I also heard, and I was doing my underground investigation, I also heard that there was such thing going on at Kasua. Immediately I reported the case. I told our pastor to tell the CID that this is what I've also heard. Unfortunately, that day that they told them, the next morning the people were no more at the Kasua. So I don't know whether someone is there among them giving them information, or we don't know.
You think someone amongst the police is working with the...
Or someone among the security firm, because it's kind of strange to us. It's kind of strange because since I heard that Kasua news, it was just like 3 days. Just only the day that I voiced it out, then they vanished from that place. So we don't know what's going on.